It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm David Stroud here with Scooter Scott Callies.
Whoop whoop! How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm living the dream.
Yeah, week's been good to you so far?
So far.
I mean, we only went through hump day since we've seen each other, so.
That's true.
Hump day was
But
good?
Hump day was good. Hump day was okay. I'm alive. That's a good sign. I'm always happy if I'm alive.
Right. But Tuesday after we did the show, we ended up selling 4 that day.
See, I told you you were going to sell something that day
know,
when you
right?
left. See, I spoke it into existence. You
Speak
could thank
it
me.
again.
Go ahead. Thank me.
See, thank you.
You're welcome.
Speak it again.
I'm not feeling it now. No.
Wow. Well, we've got a possibility of 3 today.
Awesome.
Sheldon had one that they're probably going to commit this morning, and 2 others that are hopefully going to do the same. So start off the day with 3 by noon.
Man,
By
that's
noon.
awesome.
I know, right?
That's awesome.
Yep. But
That's good. Sounds like you're having a good week.
yeah, so far so good. The month should be good to us.
That's awesome.
Go through all these April showers and still come out with, we're hoping 40 units. Man,
Hey,
it's
the
been raining.
weather's been good lately, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it has. Other than pollen is everywhere. I mean, everywhere. You've got not just tree pollen now, but grass pollen, and
Yeah.
it is all just. Not doing too bad, but every now and then I'll get, if I'm outside very long, I'll start sneezing and stuff a little bit. But
Yeah.
not too bad.
I'm not even going to talk about it.
Not good. Okay.
Just, I'm going to let it.
We're just let that ride.
We're just going to let that one float away.
Bye.
Bye. There's no pollen.
No pollen.
I'll tell you what. Does it seem like it gets worse every year, or is it just you just
Nah,
get
it's,
tired of it
yeah.
because of so many years of it happening as you get older, you know?
Which grass pollen still gets me a little bit. I'm not as bad as I used to be. I had those allergy shots that I took for a while and kind of helped my system build immunity to it, so it doesn't affect me. Before, man, it would get bad. My eyes would be just. I remember going out one time. I was at my dad's place, and we've got a big D12 or D6 dozer out there, and I'm clearing off some land, and I'm hacking off of this side. My eyes are almost swollen shut just from allergies,
Dang.
and finally I just had to shut it down.
Yeah. You're like, I can't see where I'm
I
going.
can't even tell where I'm moving anymore. It's
Oops, I just moved the house over 2 foot.
but I'm not that bad anymore. But the allergy shots really helped and made a difference building an immune system. So
Yeah. I need to look into that instead of, I just go to Walmart and buy these allergy pills and pop 2 a day, usually through 4 months of summer, you know, and spring and fall. It depends on when it really hits me, though. And the only reason why I said that earlier is I don't want to say anything because it hasn't done anything to me yet.
Oh,
I haven't
it
had
will.
to take anything.
Does it
usually by
get
now
you in the
I'm
spring is when it gets you.
yeah, it's usually
Okay.
when it starts.
So yeah, that's either going to be tree or grass.
Yeah, because in the fall I've still got to take them August through August, September.
See, my wife gets hit in the fall, and that's the ragweed.
That's the ragweed.
Yeah, she gets hit hard.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm just used to taking them and I don't want to stop taking them and something happens, so I just continue to do it until fall hits, until the first frost.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like I'm not going to stop. Don't stop. Can't stop.
I used to be just till I get bad enough and then go get a steroid shot and then I'm fine.
Yeah. See, that's how I need to look into. The shots you were talking about, you know, if I can stop taking it. Somebody suggested that to me.
Well, yeah, the allergy shots, now you got to give yourself plenty of time because now the first year I built the immune system to a lot of stuff, but I still had tree and grass and stuff like that, you know, so I think it was 3 years I took them for.
Yeah.
2 years maybe. I can't remember.
Until it finally
Till I finally got a
takes
immune
effect.
built up to
Yeah.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
But they took me in and they do these tests, and they did mine on my arm. I mean, there's big bunch of shots go here, here, and here, and then up in this arm, and then they wait 15 minutes to see what you react to. Of course, I'm ready to rip my skin off. I mean, I'm reacting to everything. And then they come and wipe it off with this chemical that calms it all down. But
really,
that's how they decide, what all you're allergic to.
Yeah.
And, of course, there was like 3 pages.
And you're like, great.
Great, yeah. And I don't want them to know how they test some of this stuff because they test everything, not just the grasses, stuff like that. They test, are you allergic to cockroach feces? Are you allergic? I'm like, did you put that in the shot? How do you?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, I could have done without knowing that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ew. I can't believe they test for that.
They test for everything. At least the place I had it done at, they tested for everything. I mean, there was like 50 shots they put in.
Okay. Maybe I won't go.
And then they build you a serum that you give your shots by based on your specific things that you're allergic to.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any issues with the shots. Some people can have some reactions and stuff. You're giving yourself something you're allergic to, but it's such a mild dose. Mm-hmm. I never had a reaction, never had a problem with it at all. And then, like I said, after the first year, it was amazing how, they retested. It was amazing how many things I'd already built an immune system to.
Very nice.
That quick in the first year.
Very nice. That's good.
That's all I got to say.
That's very nice. Doctors and their serums.
There you go. There you go. They say if you eat local honey, you'd be, especially if you get the seeds, they've got these little honey seeds or whatever that are local. They said that's supposed to help build the immune system.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, bees pollinate.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's what I hear.
If you're eating
for allergies, it's supposed to help.
Eating what they make, then it's a natural immunity.
Yep.
Or a natural remedy or a natural something.
That's what I hear.
Words.
I'm not claiming that works, but
better not.
We got a show.
All right, we better move along, little horsey. Hospice of the Ozarks, they sponsored the morning prayer. We have something new here, so we could. Hospice of the Ozarks has been serving as the only not-for-profit hospice provider to Baxter and Marion County since 1979. When most people hear the word hospice, they think of the person's final days or even hours of life. However, in reality, the thousands of patients and families Hospice of the Ozarks serves can attest to the physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial benefits of long-term hospice care. Think months, not days. Hospice is not about giving up, but focuses on quality of life, refocused hope, comfort, and dignity for the patient and their family. They believe that the end of life deserves as much beauty, care, and respect as the beginning, and that no person or family should have to face such challenges alone, regardless of their social or financial circumstances. To understand more about hospice care, palliative care, bereavement support, caregiver support, volunteer opportunities, or way to support hospice, call 870-508-1771. We'll pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, let's watch over those with those allergies, as Scooter and I discussed this morning. Find them the right doctors to help take care of that with the right medicines, and get through these seasons without having to blow their nose. Please watch over our children, our first responders, and our military, those that put themselves in harm's way for our freedoms. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hospice of the Ozarks. They also have care coaching. If you or someone you know is struggling with the complexities of the healthcare maze, Hospice of the Ozarks also offers a care coaching service within its palliative care program. This is a free, non-medical approach designed to assist patients and their families from the onset of a serious illness until recovery or until end of life. They are dedicated to meeting every person's individual needs. They can assist with local resources, benefits, advocate on your behalf, and offer emotional support. To see how they can serve you best with care coaching, call 870-232-0990. And with that, we'll pause for a little ditty from Bob Zadora of the Z Team, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bob Zadora of the Z Team. I'd like to share something with you. Our team didn't need to reach everyone to be considered successful. We only needed the power of one. One person who was delighted with the way they were treated, helping them to reach their real estate goals. One person who told another person who told another, and so on. So if you're ready to buy or sell real estate, the Z Team would like to be your one. Give us a call. 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora of Century 21 Lemac Realty. For all your real estate needs, give them a call, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net, where you can find their listings, the MLS listings, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. But the neatest thing on their website is the 24/7 live views of this, Cotter, Arkansas, the Horseshoe Bend of the White River. Buddy, that is up.
They are releasing some water right now.
Wow, that is really high. You can go to retiredarkansas.net and see this 24/7, the Horseshoe Bend of the White River, and they are pumping the water, which we've got a lot of it this past month. I tell you what, if your flowers are not blooming, they got drowned. It's
look at that.
Look at that flow. There's two views you can click on. This one moves around, zooms in and out about 14, 15 different places. And I like when it gets up close and personal. I don't see anybody out on the water today. They're probably like, yeah, let's let it settle down before we hit it, you know?
Yeah, the water's not going to probably be real good for fishing. When the water rises that quick, it kind of
throws them off.
Throws the light switch.
Yeah.
Almost turns them off.
Yeah. They're like,
when I used to guide on the river, and we could go up and down, and we'd be just catching them. All of a sudden, it'll just stop, and you can look at the bank and tell that the water's come up. And it's like,
yeah, that's not going to happen.
Might as well go to lunch.
Let's go to lunch. We tried. Well, if you're not fishing, how about go look at some real estate? How about get with the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora? If you're looking to sell your home, they're professionals in the field. Linda's a professional stager. You know, you want to take them pictures that attract the eye. They call curb appeal.
Yep.
When you're driving by, you want your house to look nice and neat and clean and tidy, but you also want that for the pictures that go online. Because a lot of people are moving in from different areas, you know, from the east and west and north, and this is a great place to live. I was, you know, the other day I was talking to somebody about they moved out here because they had family that just visited, heard about, you know, Mountain Home, and they visited and liked it so much that they moved here. And then the other family members would come out and visit. And then after, I don't know, 10 years go by, you know, life changes and you're looking for another place. They came here, and it was about the lakes and the rivers and
that's
just
cool.
Its natural beauty. And that's it, like these views that you're seeing here. That's why we show them to you. That's why the Z Team puts them on their website. It's just showing you just one aspect of the area we live in. And so, yeah, if you're looking to buy a home, give Bob and Linda Zadora a call. See if this is the right place for you. And find the right home for the right time of your life.
There you go.
All right. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Let's take a look at the weather brought to you by the Z Team. Mountain Home, it's 58. Harrison at 56. Batesville at 66. Yellville at 57. Marshall at 63. Salem at 55. Mountain View at 63. Calico Rock at 58. West Plains, Missouri at 55. Springfield at 58. Poplar Bluff 58. And St. Louis at 54. National Weather Radar. Look at the central part of the U.S. It's got, looks like patches of rain from Texas all the way to North Dakota. Wyoming's still getting some snow. Parts of Montana and Idaho. But the rain rarely, look at the south here in Arkansas and Missouri. Let's zoom in there. You can see running across Oklahoma. Look at that. They are getting some major storms down through Texas and Oklahoma, parts of Kansas. It looks like later on in the day, the south part of Arkansas starts to accumulate some heavy thunderstorms.
Starts to build up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. South of Little Rock, and then it starts to go over Little Rock. It looks like as it moves northeast, let's bounce back here. It's just patchy, but you can see that it might not get into us, but something starts to rear its ugly head right there. Look at that, heading towards us. So we could see something in the afternoon, maybe tonight. Let's take a look at the watches and warnings. Right now, No real watches and warnings in our neck of the woods. 7-day forecast, and there it is. We've got today a chance of thunderstorms at 40%, a high of 79. Tonight we've got a 30% chance of thunderstorms, low of 62. Friday, showers likely at 60%, so maybe that'll roll into tomorrow. High of 76. Friday, we got a slight chance of thunderstorms at 20%, low of 58. Saturday, mostly cloudy, then a slight chance of rain at 20%, high of 72. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, then a slight chance of rain at 20%, low of 55. Sunday, we got a slight chance of rain at 20%, high of 71. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low of 60, and Monday, partly sunny, even though it shows partly cloudy, high of 84. Oh, it's getting warm.
I hope it gives me a little bit of break this weekend. I'm hoping to do a little mowing.
I know, right?
I got to do my first mow.
How can you mow grass that's 14 feet tall?
Yeah.
Because it keeps raining. Pollen count, tree pollen today is high, grass pollen is high. Norfolk Lake water level is at 568.55, level is 16.55 feet above full pool. And right now they haven't updated their system, so we're not sure what they're doing. Bull Shoals Lake water level is at 672.58, level is 13.58 feet above full pool. And that is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call, 870-508. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net. Find their listings, the MLS listings, those beautiful views of the White River, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. With that, we'll take a break. Come back with community news, brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass, contact the professionals at Clear Results Glass in Mountain Home. Whether you're needing a rock chip repair or a full windshield replacement, Clear Results Glass can take care of all of your automotive glass needs with fast turnarounds at competitive prices. They service business and residential customers and can custom cut any glass or provide you with the right fit for your home windows, sliding doors, commercial glass, or even a frameless shower enclosure. Contact Clear Results Glass today for a quote or to schedule your next glass project. That's Clear Results Glass, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Black orange. Welcome back to the morning show.
One.
Thanks. This part of community news is brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. Yeah, located at 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. You can't miss them. A sea of orange Kubotas and blue New Holland stretch from one end of the lot to the other. Isn't that right, Scooter?
They have got a huge inventory in stock right now. No matter what kind of size tractor you're looking for, they've got Kubota, they got New Holland, they've got these trailers that are really cool. The whole
tilt bed trailer.
Yep, tilt bed trailers, really awesome. And then they started carrying construction equipment.
Mm-hmm.
They got an excavator that was out there and a skid steer, and they just got anything and everything you want. And then with the huge parts department and big service center, they got you taken care of. No matter what you're needing. No matter what's going on, they can take care of you.
I tell you what, them skid steers just look cool.
They do. They're the high track.
Yeah, big tracks on them. And
they look mean.
I played with one when we were building the pool, and they are so much fun. I tell you what, that would be a job I would do if I wasn't doing. I would run a skid steer all day. You know,
I have to get a lot better with it.
Yeah. Well, if I was working it every day, hey, I hadn't been on a skid steer in so long.
You did a good job. I am messing.
So on a Saturday, I'm running this skid steer. Go to Ozarks Farm and Lawn, check one out, take it for a test drive. They're really cool. But I just could not get where the pad was for the pool down on one end to get flat. It kept having a hump. Got the rest of it good, 3/4 of it looking smooth and perfect, and I just couldn't get it. It was where I had to build the dirt up and then break it back down, and I kept breaking it back down wrong. And he jumps on it in like 30 minutes. He's got it. And that comes with experience. That comes with riding.
I've run a lot of equipment. I've leveled a little bunch of sites and stuff. And I get it.
Yeah.
But I have to give you a hard time.
I know,
that's just part of it.
On live TV.
Oh, yes.
But that's where I go by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, talk to the professionals. You know, there might be one tractor that you can work better over another one, and you won't know that until you take it for a test drive.
That is true.
And let them know what kind of job that you're doing, and they might point to, well, you're going to need this one for that and that one for that. So, yeah, go see the professionals, Ozarks Farm and Lawn. Give them a call, 870-425-3434. Go to ozarksfarmandlawn.com, where you can see some of their specials. 0% financing for 84 months with approved credit on select models. You can see these, the BX2380, BX23S, L3302. And they have this little promotions tab over here. 0% financing for 60 months on, looks like compact wheel loaders. You know, just different specials you want to go in and talk to them about. Look at that. There's the mini excavator that Scooter was talking about. You know, you need to dig. It looks like that's got a grappler hook. Is that what that top piece is right there?
That's what it looks like.
So you can, reach in and touch somebody. We better get to community news.
Yeah, you're losing it quick.
All right, let's come together to pray. National Day of Prayer, Thursday, May 1st, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. at the Baxter County Courthouse at the square. They'll be on the square, so that'll be good. Always good to pray. And Michael Cavanaugh, the music of Billy Joel and Elton John, May 15th at the Shed, start time 7 p.m. You can go to theshed.com for tickets. Adults is $45 plus fees, students $22.50 plus fees. You can call 870-508-6280, or you can go to theshed.com to get you some tickets. You can get them in person at the box office Monday through Friday. The Mountain Home Military Service Sisters is having their lunch tomorrow. Yeah, April 25th at Skipper's Restaurant. So if you're one of those, go by and, hang out with your military service sisters. The annual plant sale is 2 days away on Saturday, and Scooter wants to remind you better be in line soon. Doors open at 9 a.m. at the Baxter County Fairgrounds, and it closes when plants are sold, usually by 10 a.m. Sometimes this thing don't even last an hour, so you're going to want to get there soon. You can go to baxtercountymg.com for more information or to check out when they have their meetings. Maybe you'll want to go join one. I do not have a green thumb, but I guess if I joined their meetings, I could learn how to have a green thumb.
Yes, they will teach you.
They would teach me.
Yes, you will find somebody that has the same interests as you, and they will teach you.
Padawan learner.
There you go.
All right. The Alleyway American Legion Post number 52, Auxiliary Unit number 52, is having a pancake breakfast this Saturday, April 26th, 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. That'll be at the Alleyway Post at 717 Market Street here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. All you can eat pancakes, sausage, biscuits, and gravy, coffee, and orange juice. Adults is $10. Ages 5 through 12 is $5. But it's free for World War II and Korean War veterans, free for military and LEO EMT in uniform. So that makes me want to, the other day, Tuesday, when I talked about that, I went and got me pancakes at McDonald's.
There you go. There you go.
Makes you want some pancakes. Baxter County Veteran Benefit Fair, helping veterans and families with their earned benefits. Friday, May 9th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Baxter County Fairgrounds. A light lunch is provided. Vendors, door prizes, a Vive Power Chair giveaway. That'll be good. Find out about your veteran benefits. It's always good to have them on, when Holly, Skoma, and Dale come on. Or Don. I can't think. When they come on and talk about that, because a lot of them don't know about their benefits. Save the date, Hospice of the Ozarks, a Night of Hope gala and fundraiser. That'll be Saturday, June 7th at 5:30 p.m. at the Shed. Join them for a Kentucky Derby themed evening of cocktails, dinner, silent auction, and live entertainment. All to benefit Hospice of the Ozarks. Invitation and ticket sales are coming soon. If you want to sponsor the event, you can contact Rebecca Rayner at 870-508-1771 or email rraynor, RRAYNOR at hospiceoftheozarks.org. A Night of Hope Gala. That'll be fun. I always hear they do a good shindig. The Mountain Home Parks and Recreation is having their youth, adult, and sand volleyball sign-ups, ages 18 years and up, but also ages 8 through 17 years. The deadline to register is May 30th. If you're interested in sponsoring, you can contact Enoch at 870-424-9311. And they also have their co-ed flag football coming up. That's ages 5 through 15 years. And the registration deadline is also May 30th. Let's see, games are played on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday evenings, and Fridays and Saturdays may be used if needed. How to be engaged, volunteer coach, division sponsor, or a referee. So you can contact Enoch 870-424-9311. And we have the ASU Mountain Home Charity Golf Classic, a scramble 3-person, Saturday and Sunday, June 7th and 8th. You can sign up at, asumh.edu/golf. So this is a huge event that happens every year. Oh.
Yeah, that is a big tournament.
It's a big tournament. They have 70. But
they fill up quick.
Yeah, they have limited to 72 teams. And you're thinking, limited to 72 teams? Yeah, because it fills up.
It will fill up. That's why they're promoting it this early, to get people signed in.
Yep. So, and I mean, it's just go to ASU Mountain Home's website, asumh.edu/golf. Lots of information, lots of prizes. It's just going to be a lot of fun. I mean, there's going to be food provided. Get this back around here. Complimentary lunch served both days. Complimentary dinner Saturday evening. Yeah, go check that out. I like golf. Let's see. The Mountain Home Park Recreation also having their Little Ballers for ages 3 and 4. Join them June 10th and July 29th. This 8-week program will be instructed once a week in 2 parts to introduce the fundamentals of soccer and flag football. So, and there we go. You got anything, Scooter?
I do not.
Oh, yeah, I got him. I was
I
taking a
just
sip.
took a sip of water.
My turn.
No,
My turn to get you.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in our area. It's finally hitting. That's why we have so much of this over here now.
Beginning of the year, there was just a few things, but within no time it filled up, and it'll be like that most of the summer. I mean, there'll be just stuff going on constantly.
And if you want to know some events and programs going on in the area, go to the Mountain Home Area Chamber of Commerce's website at enjoymountainhome.com. Click on their calendar of events. We've shown this before. You can see each day shows there's 3 events on here. So the 24th and the 25th, you can see there's not anything, but the 26th, you've got Spectrum on the Square, Neurodivergence Awareness. You've got Baxter County Master Gardener's Plant Sale. You've got on the 28th, Heart to Heart Dance Class for Women at the Schliemann Center, and it just goes on. And so for more programs and events, go to the Chamber of Commerce's website at enjoymountainhome.com. And with that, that's a look at our community news brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. Go by and see them. Take a little test drive. Have a little fun. Isn't that right,
There you
Scooter?
go. That's what I recommend.
Yeah.
Tractors are different, and you got to figure out what fits you best for what you're needing to do. So.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But they'll have it. They got a huge
sea
inventory.
of orange and blue. I'm telling you, every time I drive by there, my eye just gravitates toward them. Yesterday, I'm on the way home. I look over and I see them tilt bed trailers sitting there going, do I need to upgrade my car trailer? Do I?
You may need to.
I may need to. All right. Let's take a break.
All right.
We'll come back with something.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as it would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite, climate-controlled, and air-filtered boarding facility in the area, with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest today is
not able to make it.
Not able to make it. So, but it's it's the Arkansas Game and Fish time, and we thought we'd go ahead and talk about that. Turkey season is
it's
opened
here.
up. It's here. If you go to the AFGC.com website, you can see the turkey dates and rules. You can see on here that right now Zone 1 started on Monday, April 21st through the 29th. One legal turkey. Hunters who harvest a turkey in this zone must travel to an NWR or WMA or Zone 2 to harvest a second bird. Zone 2 started April 21st and runs through May 11th, and you can do 2 legal turkeys. So there just must be more turkeys in those areas. But you go right here to Arkansas Game and Fish website. I'll just navigate back like I did. It was easy to find. You go to hunting, you go to turkey, and you got turkey dates, rules, and regulations, and that's where I was. That's how you find out what zone you're in, which it's kind of different. You got Zone 1, Zone 2 maps, and then they have these little lines that say, so this must be Zone 1, and this is Zone 1, and this is Zone 1. All of this is Zone 2, but then over here on the edge of the state, it looks like there's an area that's Zone 2. So we are here in Baxter County, so we're in Zone 2, which means April 21st through May 11th, you can get 2 legal turkeys. Now, Scooter, I'm sure you have to get permits, right? So turkey permits, we'll click on this one, and you can go onto their website right here, apply for a turkey permit. And so you want to make sure you have that, because you get that gobbler.
In the WMA's National Wildlife Management areas, you need to have the permits.
Yeah.
And of course, you got to have your license.
Yeah.
And then you need to look up, because every WMA, which is Wildlife Management area, will have their own rules.
Okay.
So on top of you're looking at, everybody looks at what zone I'm in and what are the rules for that zone. If you're hunting in a WMA, you have to know those rules are going to be completely different.
Okay. Applying for a WMA turkey hunt permit, applicants must be submitted online by application deadline. You can see all the rules that they have here. It looks like requires a $5 application fee per hunt type, so not too bad. You can see here the National Wildlife Refuge hunt permits. You've got different areas. I believe what he was talking about, Bald Knob, Facethanol, Holland Bend, Dale Bumpers. Just a lot of information here on the Arkansas Game and Fish website, but they also have, which we usually talk to the private lands biologist today. Right now they've got some beautiful gobblers. Look at that. I just thought I'd show the pictures from people's turkey hunt. Oh, that one's got a little beard. My niece got a big turkey with 5 beards.
Aw,
5 beards
cool.
going down. Really cool. So, but join their Arkansas Game and Fish Private Lands Habitat Division's Facebook page for information, and they also have other pages. They've consolidated, so you just have to go in and start searching AGFC. They have a lot of YouTube videos.
They do.
On doing prescribed burns, just everything you can think of. They've got really high quality videos. One of them we like to show is about the bears.
Yeah, we hadn't shown the bear ones. Last time we did kind of the whole wildlife. So.
Yeah.
You want to show the bear video?
Let's show the bear video, and then we'll come back.
All right.
Few people have a lukewarm reaction to the sight of a black bear. The most typical response is probably fear, followed closely by a sense of wonder. For some, black bears are a symbol of wilderness. For Myron Means, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's black bear biologist, bears elicit respect and admiration.
Their physiology, the lifestyle that they've evolved into, a feast and a fast lifestyle, being able to go without food for 4 to 5 months at a time, have a gestation period, give birth, wean cubs. They're a truly remarkable animal.
The story of Arkansas's black bears almost ended tragically. But now, it's literally a textbook example of wildlife management at its finest.
It was thought at the time of pre-settlement that Arkansas had maybe as many as 50,000 black bears in the state. and we were unofficially nicknamed the Bear State. Through the time of settlement, 1700s and 1800s, bears were market hunted for their fat, and they were almost hunted to extinction in the state. And by the late 1920s, the General Assembly of Arkansas actually made it illegal to bear hunt, to kill a bear in the state, but by that time it was almost too late.
As few as 3 or 4 dozen bears persisted in southeast Arkansas, in the bottomlands where the White and Arkansas rivers meet the Mississippi. But in 1958, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission embarked on a plan to bring back black bears.
They brought 254 bears in from Minnesota and Manitoba, Canada, and they released them at sites in the Ozarks and Ouachita mountain ranges.
Arkansas Game and Fish released bears over a 10-year period. Historical upland forest had been cut down, but their rebirth gave rise to rich wildlife habitat.
That population flourished under those conditions, and it was so successful that by 1980, Arkansas Game and Fish Commission was able to reopen bear season in the state.
Bears are back, a natural part of the landscape, as they were before our forefathers set foot here. Today, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission regulates bear hunting and keeps close tabs on the natural state's bears.
The population's thriving. We estimate that we have 4,000 to 5,000 bears in the state.
Black bears inhabit the Ozarks and Ouachitas, as well as the lower White River area.
Those 3 populations, we kind of treat them as distinct populations. There's not a lot of immigration and emigration back and forth into those populations from one another.
Bear season takes place in the fall in Arkansas and is controlled by various regulations and a quota system. The season has a set length, but also closes if hunters check a certain number of bears. Over the past 5 years, hunters have taken an average of 422 bears per season in the natural state. Considering there were less than a few dozen bears here just 90 years ago, it's one of wildlife management's most incredible success stories.
No other natural resource agency has ever reintroduced a large carnivore as successful as Arkansas Game and Fish Commission has. It's considered the most successful reintroduction of a large carnivore in history, not just Arkansas or the United States, but around the world.
To maintain that success, Myron Means and the Game and Fish Commission's bear team constantly monitor the state's bears. And while harvest numbers are instructive, they only tell part of the story.
Total length is 55. It's really critical for us in monitoring our bear population to kind of have an idea of how many bears are coming into the system, as well as how many bears are going out of the system that are harvested during the bear season. Well, the way we monitor how many bears are coming into the system is to have a good distribution of collared females across bear range. Of those collared females, we'll go in every year and do cub counts if they're in a cub cycle, or yearling counts if they have yearlings with them, because the cubs will stay with them for actually 2 den cycles. So by doing that, we're able to monitor reproduction effort and survival effort of those cubs up until the time they're a year old.
Radio-collared female bears are tracked to their winter dens. Bears with cubs then get a visit from the Game and Fish Commission, giving us a deeper view into the black bear's world and the work that ensures a robust Arkansas bear population.
We're going to go quite a ways further down, but I just want to tell everybody from here on down we probably need to be as quiet as possible. She's just right down below the hill here, but we still have probably another 75 yards. This is a female, black, no chest blaze, and she is 5 1/4 pounds.
Keeping track of Arkansas's black bears requires an understanding of the number of bears leaving the population as a result of regulated hunting, but it also requires insight into how many bears are entering the population.
Arkansas's bear population is really good and really healthy, but it's not like we have 20,000 black bears in the state. We only have 4,000 to 5,000 bears in the state. So it's not like you see bears all the time. So unless you go in and put your hands on females with cubs, and unless you have good data from year to year to year, you really don't have any idea of what's going on with reproductive rates of our bear population.
Game and fish biologists have attached radio tracking collars to dozens of female bears across the state. That representative sample allows wildlife managers to track birth rates and cub survival and make informed management decisions. But first, you have to get to the bear den. Reaching a bear den in the Ozark National Forest isn't the easiest task.
The experienced mothers like to have their cubs in very remote, hard to access areas. Typically they're going to den down in deep ravines and stuff like that, and a lot of times they're pretty hard to access.
With the bear den just 20 yards away, biologists Myron Means and Matt Melson quietly prepare the drugs they'll use to sedate a bear that, contrary to popular belief, is not actually hibernating.
A lot of people think bears are true hibernators, and they're not. They can go through periods of kind of a deeper sleep, but they can also arouse immediately. Even though it's really cold and all that stuff, when we do these den surveys, those females, when we go in, they can hear us coming, it wakes them up, and they're always aware of what we're doing. Some of them are more aware than others. Okay, here we go. She has at least 2 cubs. You can hear 2 different cubs feeding. We just started her, and it'll generally take 10 to 15 minutes for the drug to take effect. Boy, I'm glad I got her in the neck. God, she's huge. She is big. She's got a freaking head that wide. She's always been a big bear. Man, that's a pretty good adrenaline rush. If you're an adrenaline junkie, that's a pretty good rush. Especially when she raises her head up and looks at you 3 feet away. See how her eyes are twitching, jumping. She wouldn't pass a field sobriety test right now.
15 to 20 minutes later, it's safe to begin the den survey. The first step is taking care of Mama Bear. That drug dries out their eyes.
They can still blink a little, but they don't have anything to lubricate their eyes.
Adhesive bandages keep dust and debris out of her eyes and also aid in calming the female while the rest of the den work progresses. The main focus of this research is the cubs, which give wildlife managers a window into the reproductive success of the state's bears.
Black, no chest blaze.
Biologists record identifying characteristics such as color and other markings. They weigh the cubs and take a series of measurements, including body length, chest circumference, and foot size. By plugging the measurements into a formula, wildlife managers can better estimate a cub's age and determine its developmental progress compared to known averages. Over time, the information gathered from these remote bear dens allows biologists to track trends in the bear population and adjust regulations as needed.
You know, if you impact the population too heavy on bears instead of rebounding in a year or two like maybe a deer population would in an area or something like that, you're talking about a population that may take a decade to rebound.
Because bears have relatively low reproductive rates compared to other Arkansas mammals, annual den surveys provide vital information. Case in point, there was a significant decline in black bear reproduction for 2 years after an unusually late freeze in the spring of 2007.
You know, we had the Easter freeze in 2007, which decimated the soft mass and the hard mass crop for that year. All the fruits and berries in the summer that bears eat, all the acorns and nuts in the fall that bears eat, all that stuff was wiped out. That's why we monitor these bears every year. We were able to make adjustments to our harvest strategies statewide to offset such a high harvest rate and to allow our reproductive rate to come back up to where it needed to be, so we didn't have drops in the population overall. It's kind of the checks and balances.
On average, Arkansas's black bears give birth to 2 cubs every other year.
And the gestation period is only about 65 days for a bear, which is extremely short.
Cubs are born in January, weighing a ½ pound or less. They gain about a pound a week until they emerge from the den with their mother in April. The black bear's den cycle is another natural marvel.
Once she enters that den cycle in mid-November, she will not eat, she will not drink, she will not urinate, she will not defecate.
Bears can recycle intestinal nutrients during the denning process. They also can convert nitrogen from urea into amino acids that aid in muscle development.
And they can actually come out of a den cycle, lose 25% of their body weight, which is all fat, and still have more muscle mass, 5 months, 4 months later when they come out of a den cycle with cubs.
Before this den survey ends, the adult female will get a thorough examination. This bear received new ear tags that identify her as part of the Game and Fish Commission's bear research.
I'll face it the opposite direction in case we can see her with binoculars. We'll have it coming pointing in both directions.
The bear cubs go back into the den with a mother bear who's showing signs of waking from her slumber.
Yeah, she's moving real well already.
Black bears are one of the natural state's most dynamic and fascinating animals. And thanks to the work of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, the story of Arkansas's black bears continues to inspire.
It's a liquidation closeout at Sleep Mart. All 2024 Flex Steel recliners now 50 to 70% off retail. Plus, Sleep Mart will pay the tax on all non-clearance sale items. Hurry to Sleep Mart for the liquidation closeout today at 701 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day. Or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday. 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z team.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. It features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home. Sleep Mart's liquidation closeout is on. All 2024 mattresses are 50 to 70% off retail, and we're paying the sales tax on all non-clearance sale items. Hurry to Sleep Mart at 701 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home for the liquidation closeout today.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. The Bears. The Bears. That's a really good video.
It is. It's very informative, and I enjoy watching it.
Definitely. You know, that's a testament to Arkansas Game and Fish for over 100 years taking care of our natural resources here in Arkansas. And I just want to thank every one of them. It takes a special person that is dedicated to stuff like that, to taking care of the wildlife, taking care of the land, working with private landowners to...
That's the big thing, and they got so many facets
Yeah.
of what they do.
It's not just game wardens.
Yeah,
that are,
and they're truly there to help. I mean, they'll come out, you talk like lands and stuff, so look at if you got a property that's on the river and you're having erosion issues, they can come out. A lot of times they can help supply rock, do different things, but they can help you get up a game plan on how to fix that and how to keep it from eroding, and they do a lot for the community.
Yep. Or if you got, my brother's property, you got a lot of cedar trees that really is invasive to our our neck of the woods, and you got to cut them all down, and you get that sunlight to the ground, and the natural grass starts to grow again, and it brings back the wildlife to that area. Because if there's nothing for them to eat, nothing to graze on, then you're not going to see them. So
I think it's cool hearing the history and back in the day, when Arkansas did not have a lot of trees at all.
It didn't.
In the whole state.
It was more of just fields.
And fires kept it under control. Mm-hmm. And that was natural to have fires and it burn it down, and then the little wildlife stuff come up. But now, of course, as people moved in to the state and then controlled the stock, we're able to manage the fires and stuff like that. Trees started growing and everything else. So it's kind of cool to see the change.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And like we said, over 100 years they've been taking care of our natural resources. It's not just about game wardens making sure that people are hunting properly or being careful on the rivers, and it's about just taking care of what we have and not in the early 20s, the early teens, there was just too much hunting of our natural bears, like the bears. Birds, they were just decimating it.
Yeah.
And so something had to be done, and that's when they started it. What they say, they start with 9. Were they wardens then? I think 9 so. Wardens across the state, and got paid $80 a month, had to supply their own horse. Yeah, and now look at what it's grown into. So. And
they look what they've done to the wildlife, though. Now, there's regular hunting seasons for deer, for bear, there's
ducks
there's
turkeys
enough animals here that it's controlled, and I think that's a good thing.
And that's what makes it a natural draw for people to come to our area, is that there is something still to do.
Yes.
It didn't get decimated to the point nobody would come here anymore. And that's why it's the natural state. But go to Arkansas Game and Fish website at agfc.com. They've revamped it like 6-8 months ago. And you can find everything on education, hunting, fishing, the regulations, things to do. You can get a license on here, do a game check. It's easy to search. Just, start populating what you want to look for. They have important updates from AGFC, different information that you can click on.
I do want to mention that they do have an app that you can check your game and do everything right there from the comfort of your phone.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Very good. Like I said, hunter education, you can get involved in conservation. If you're a private landowner and you want help cleaning up your property, they can help you come up with a game plan. Just explore things to do in Arkansas, family-friendly events, boater education. It's all here on the Arkansas Game and Fish website, and it's really easy to navigate now that they've redone it. So But thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. We hope you have a wonderful day. You might need a rain jacket the next few days. Hopefully it won't be too bad. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day.